Ever stop to think how much those little impulse buys on your phone are adding up to, and how many subscription payments are sneaking out of your bank account every single month? Before I started using Rocket Money, let me tell you, I had no idea. But the first time I logged in, I saved $435. I couldn't believe it. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I just love the dashboard. It shows everything in one place, even the subscriptions you forgot you signed up for. And if there's something you don't need, Rocket Money helps you cancel it. Plus, it alerts you if a bill increases or if something unusual pops up in your account. It's basically like having a personal assistant for your money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Kim today. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey, thanks for listening to the Kim Komando Show. Here comes hour one. Well, times are changing. If your workday ends with dinner and then resumes at 9 p.m., welcome to what they're calling late-stage capitalism. Microsoft has done a whole bunch of research, and this is what they found out, is that after 8 p.m., meetings are up 16%. That's right. But just remember, every time you open your inbox after 10 p.m., an angel loses PTO. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to this. It's America's largest show about all things digital. I'm, of course, America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And let me tell you, you have tapped into the best show ever. Again, it's here just to make sure that you are always tech ahead and never left tech behind. And of course, you can find the Kim Komando Show on over 425 top stations across the United States. We're streaming in your favorite radio app. And of course, you can get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast wherever you get your podcast. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, reaching over 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 countries. I just love this. 200 ships at sea get the Kim Komando Show. And I know that you have just a slew of questions about something digital going on in your lives. And that's why the Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. And just a reminder, you don't have to sit on hold like those other people for hours. You can actually make an appointment to speak with me right here on the show by heading over to komando.com. And there's a link at the top that says Ask Kim. And by the way, I read every single note that you send me there. Alrighty then, every single day of my life, let me tell you, weekends, weekdays, national holidays, even when I'm on vacation, I scour at least 35 to 40 different websites. I talk to industry insiders. I even have friends who are hackers. That's right. So that this way, during the show, this incredible, extreme transference of intellect and knowledge happens from my brain directly to yours. And here are 5 things that you need to know it's happening right now. And when it comes to your data, you give it without a thought to use an app or get a discount at a store. And you tell yourself, well, all my data is out there. Why should I even care? Well, here's a reason why. The man accused of assassinating Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband allegedly used people search sites to stalk them. That's right. Police found a notebook in an abandoned car with the names of 11 data brokers. It was actually the guy's car. He placed stars next to the ones that he liked the most. Isn't that handy? They also found a list of dozens of other state and federal lawmakers. He was on the hunt probably to murder them too. So you need no further proof to know that your data is being used for stalking or worse. You know, you've heard me talk about Incogni. Yeah, longtime sponsor of the show. They get you out of all these data broker and these people search sites. In case you haven't checked it out, you get 65% off over at privacykim.com. So important for you guys and gals to do that. Moving on to number 2, this is not about Republicans or Democrats. This is not about Donald Trump. So don't even think about writing me notes like, oh, Kim Komando, you're getting so political. It's a first, and that's why you need to know about it. Donald Trump is now in the mobile phone business. He's offering a gold-plated Android phone and a service package for, $47 a month. So how did he do it? Well, basically the same way that actor Ryan Reynolds did with Mint Mobile. It's not that difficult because here's a little fun fact that you can use to impress your family members and friends. There are two different kinds of mobile phone companies in America. The MNOs, the mobile network operators, those are the big guys, the Verizons, the AT&Ts. They own all the towers and they own all the networks. Then there's the MVNOs, the mobile virtual network operators. They resell the packages from the big guys, and that's how he got into business. Moving on to number 3, can a pizza predict a war? Now, this is fascinating. It's been a myth since at least 1990. That's when Time magazine reported that Domino's drivers near the Pentagon noticed a jump in orders right before any major military action. So guess what happened this past week? On June 12th, as of 6:59 p.m., nearly all pizza establishments near the Pentagon experienced a huge surge in activity. I wonder what was going on. 10 minutes later, all the locations had a significant drop in activity. A few hours after that, Israel launched strikes on Iran. Isn't that something? Speaking of, what America's has that will keep our enemies up at night? It's called the Massive Ordnance Penetrator, or the Bunker Buster. What should we call it? Let's call it the Massive Ordnance Penetrator. Let's call it the Bunker Buster. That makes more sense. It weighs 30,000 pounds, can punch through 200 feet of rock, concrete, and steel, blows up anything that's hidden underground. So why am I bringing this up? Because Iran's underground nuclear site is estimated between 260 and 300 feet below the surface. Now, don't you know there's a lot of tech wrapped up in that? And finally, this coming in number 5, the Bible is going viral on TikTok. What? Yes. You know the story of David versus Goliath. David's the young shepherd, goes up against the giant warrior. Well, let's say what David is doing today. According to TikTok, he's just live streaming the whole thing on his phone. There's a TikTok account called Holy Vlogs, turning Bible stories into influencer style of videos. Take a listen to what's going on the day that David faced Goliath.
So I walk in with snacks, and everyone's out here sweating bullets because some tall guy's yelling from the valley. They're shaking in their sandals, man. That's it for today, guys. Wild day out here, fun.
Isn't that
comment,
something?
hit the like. And we'll see.
All right, he's using Google's VO3, an AI video generator. It adds lip sync, background noise, facial expressions. They all look like they're filming content for YouTube and TikTok. He has 450,000 followers. So, Andrew, have you been following any of these accounts, the Bible accounts?
No.
No?
No. I mean, I do follow one AI vlog. It's the gorilla in the hiking gorilla. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen the hiking gorilla.
So it's an AI ape that basically acts like a 20-something know-nothing hiking across the country.
And you find that entertaining?
I find it amazing how clean and crisp it is.
Oh, because I was going to tell you, if you want to read the gospel according to Shrek.
Shrek?
Yes. Open your Bible to Psalm. Body once told me. Stretching. He was stretching.
I'm definitely not following the Kim Komando jokes feed as well.
Let me tell you, that's just an indication of how incredibly funny I am.
Oh, yes, it is. It absolutely is an indication.
Okay, does it help that my name's on the building?
It helps a lot.
Exactly. You know, I had a little bit of trouble putting today's show together because there's just so much stuff that I wanted to pass along. Like, for example, what is ultrasonic cross-device tracking? I know. You're going to say, whoa, that's going to bring them in. Oh, yeah, an AT&T breach. We're going to talk about smart driving programs. And, of course, we have just the best darn callers in the history of radio here on the Kim Komando Show. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part? Most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 Million Triple Lock Protection protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HomeTitleLock.com/Kim. That's HomeTitleLock.com/Kim.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least that was the plan. Except now the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Okay, it's almost over. I'm talking about our Pay It Forward challenge. That's where you could win $500, and then you can say, hey, Kim Komando, I want my friend, my stranger, my charity, my church, whatever it may be, also to get $500. So I want you to go right now to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. All right, moments away on a great way that you can make sure that you're getting the internet connection speed that you're actually paying for. And I didn't really do a formal introduction to my cohort in digital crime here. Andrew Babinski, welcome. You're also the co-host on the morning show, that one station here in Phoenix.
Yeah, just the one.
Okay, it's a big one.
Yeah.
99.9 KZ.
Hi, Kim.
So the team won.
Yes, went to Utah for the softball nationals, 10U, 12U, all the young women across the country go to St. George, Utah. It's hot there.
Is it?
I mean, it's weird because it's the same temperature as Phoenix, but the whole place is like green. It looks like a forest. But they won the national title in the Browns level. Congratulations to the Dirt Devils.
The Dirt Devils. The Dirt Devils. All right, let's take some phone calls. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yvonne in Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Yvonne. Welcome to the show. Now, let me tell you, I only get 2 words or 3 words on what folks are going to talk about, and I have Uber Drive Mule. Okay.
Hi, Kim. Yeah, pretty much. I'm an Uber driver. I've been an Uber driver for about 7.5 years. And we also offer a courier service where we pick up packages. And usually when we take them, someone is handing it to us, and then we take it somewhere and someone picks it up from us. We never get out of our car. So I get this request from Jackson to come and pick up a package. Well, it was only like worth $3.24. Not really worth my time of going. I just ignored it, and then it popped up again, and I'm like, all right, I'll just take it because it's going to keep popping up because no one else is around here. I go and I accept it, and then he's like, how are you? I left a package by the door. Can you take it out? Can you get out of the car and come pick it up? Because I'm working. And I'm like, okay. And then he says, if you do my bidding, which was weird, I will leave you a $20 tip. I'm like, yeah, he's not going to tip me anything. And bidding just sounds really weird.
Yeah, that's, nobody ever says that. If you do, have you ever said that ever in your life?
Was he a wizard? That's the only people that I've heard use that phrase.
Do my bidding.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right? So at that point, I'm like, this is just weird. I'm going to screenshot this. So I screenshot it and I sent it to my youngest daughter, who would appreciate that kind of humor. And I'm like, who says stuff like this? Well, I get there and I pick up the package. I take a picture of the front porch, and then I brought it and put it in my car. And
okay, what was that? Was the package heavy? Was it big?
No, it was a little bitty package that would hold a cell phone.
Okay.
And so I get in the car and I let him know I've got the package. And he's like, just to be clear, it is the little brown package with the name Stephanie Wright on it. And I was like, it's the only package there. What is there, like 400 packages on the porch? If you're home, you should know if you got a ton of packages.
Right.
And so I get in the car and I've screenshot also where the address is so I'll know if something happens, I'm good to go. I feel safe. And so then he sends me these instructions and he's like, very good. I need you to go to the UPS store, approach an employee. I mean, the whole wording is just so methodical. Approach an employee, ask for the store's email address, and then send him the email address so he can send them a UPS label via email. And I'm like, okay. So now I'm doing your bidding. And so he's like, you know, once you get the receipt and tell me that it's been shipped, then I will put the $20 tip for you. Do you want it Venmo or Cash App or Uber? And I'm like, everything goes through Uber. And I'm thinking, yes, I'm not getting tipped, you know. And so I get to the UPS store, and the lady who's there is the owner. She's owned the store for like 11 or 12 years now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm telling her, I'm like, I got this weird request. And she goes, we get stuff like this all the time. I'm like, it feels to me like I'm shipping drugs or something. You know,
something's weird going on, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And so she's like, well, you know, we get people dropping off packages here all the time doing courier services. She's like, let me assure you that the U.S. Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, DHL, all of those, there are drug-sniffing dogs in their facilities, so if there's anything in there, they'll catch it. I'm like, all right, I still don't feel right about this, but this is what he wants me to do. And so I said, I need your email address, and she started to give it to me, and she said, well, there's going to be a charge to print out this label. And I'm like, I'm not paying for that. So
I just made $3.50. I'm not even banking on a $20 tip here, lady.
Right. And so she's like, well, there's going to be this charge. And so I sent him the text message, and I'm like, she's going to charge you for this. And then I immediately get a call through the Uber app from this guy whose name is supposed to be Jackson, because that's what's on the Uber account. And he gets on the phone. He doesn't sound like a Jackson at all. He sounds like he's Middle Eastern. And I'm like, well, that's just weird. Okay, that matches the front doorstep. That matches the name Jackson. But it did match the way he was speaking through the text. And I was like, this is just weird. And she's like, yeah, it'll be all right. She gives him the email address, and he emails her. So they've got his email now. He emails her the label. The package came from FedEx. Well, he's wanting me to put a UPS label on it and send it to Florida. So she prints it out, she puts it on there, and she tells him how much it's going to be. And then he gives her a credit card number. And the name on the credit card is not Jackson. It's not Stephanie Wright.
Okay.
Again, none of this matches up to anything that's going on. And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me. And
okay.
The 3-digit code.
So did the package get sent?
You stole a cell phone.
I did. I stole a cell phone by proxy. The package did not get sent because after this whole transaction, I left to go pick up another passenger, dropped them off, still feeling weird, and I went right back to the UPS store, and I walked in, and I looked at the lady. I'm like, if it looks like a fish and it smells like a fish, it's a fish, and something's wrong. Where did this package come from? So she pulls the package, and we see where it came from. We looked it up online, and we found out that it came from a Samsung, either distribution center or a factory or an outlet in Texas. So we know now, okay, it's about the size and weight of a cell phone. And she's like, you can look on there and see the FedEx tracking beneath that number because I screenshot it.
So
the phone number.
So basically, it was a stolen cell phone.
It was a stolen everything. It was a hacked Uber account. It was a tracked package from Samsung that someone, I don't believe they're in Florida, was tracking. They knew it was delivered, had her pick it up, bring it, ship it to Florida, and they're going to ship it to wherever this person is using a stolen credit card.
Actually, I was relieved it wasn't Gold Bars. I mean, seriously.
She stole a cell phone without knowing she stole a cell phone.
For $3.58. The guy was getting a pretty good deal with
and she was never going to get her tip.
No.
I mean, Yvonne, these are thieves.
Yvonne, you ain't never getting that $20 tip.
Never.
Never
what
happened.
A story.
Do my bidding, Andrew.
Yes, ma'am.
Do my bidding. Yvonne, thanks for your call today. So, Andrew, let me ask you a question. Have you ever mentioned something in conversation, and then suddenly you go online and you start seeing ads for the very same thing?
Of course. I own a phone.
Okay. Have you ever heard of ultrasonic cross-device tracking?
I did my thesis on that. But if you want to explain it to everybody else, I don't want to step on your toes.
Well, this is something you can use to impress your family members and friends. You can look at them and say, do you know anything about ultrasonic tracking? And they could go, no, please tell us. It's a sophisticated audio surveillance. These tones are built into ads that you may watch on YouTube or websites or even retail kiosks. And as you walk by, this high-frequency sound is too high for your ears to notice, but your devices pick it up. So if you have an app that's listening for that sound, it can link all your devices together. And then they can assume, like, for example, that, Kim mentioned she wanted to go to Antarctica. Well, let's show her ads for parkas and snow boots. And so, again, you want to know what it's called again? Ultrasonic cross-device tracking.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It's not the app that you see the ad on that's listening and getting that information.
It's any other app that you have. The flashlight app?
Right, exactly.
Whatever it is. Because we all read those terms and conditions.
No, I
Never.
don't.
Never. We're talking about these smart driving programs in your insurance, if it's worth the savings for all the data that you're giving up. Right now we have Craig in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hi there, Craig. Glad to have you with us today.
Thank you.
What's going on?
Thank you. So I have a question about AI and how it pertains to resume creation. AI is all the rage these days, and I've been out of the job market. I've been self-employed for the last 10, 12 years or so, but I find myself in a position now where I need to start applying for jobs online. And, of course, AI didn't exist the last time I created a resume and applied for a job. And I hear that's all the thing, but I just don't understand the whole process of using AI to create a resume.
Well, AI can do just about anything, really. And creating a resume is really simple. Basically, what you do is you could go to your favorite AI chatbot. I use ChatGPT from OpenAI. And you can say, I'd like to create a resume. You can just ask me some questions. And then AI will create that resume for you, and then you can tweak it, you can edit it. If you already have a CV, you can upload that into ChatGPT, and then it will analyze it and tell you things that, could sound better. So like, for example, you could say, I ran my own successful business for 12 years until it went bankrupt. It might lose that bankrupt part. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. And I increased sales over 1,000%. And then the other thing you can do is once you find a position is that you can upload your last resume, and you can upload just a screenshot of maybe the job opening, and then you can say, can you tweak my resume so that it better matches the job description?
Okay.
So you say AI is the rage. AI is here to stay. AI is changing everything.
No, it's just a fad, Kim.
Well, yeah.
It's all the rage.
It's just a fad. So does that at least point you in a direction?
Yeah, and I guess my confusion with it all was, when I think about AI and I probably don't understand it as much as you do or many people do, is, it's the old adage on the computer as well. If AI is just taking the same stuff I'm putting in, it still requires, it's not going to create any additional skills or awards or education or any of that I don't have.
It's just going to
information in.
Yeah,
right?
It's just going to make you look so good on paper or via email or via an application. Much like, many moons ago, is that, I put Andrew through an extensive interview process here.
I'm trying to find. Yeah, we were sitting at dinner. It was someone's birthday. First time I ever met you. You turned and looked at me and said, "Hey, you want to screen my calls?" And I said, "Sure." And you said, "Okay, be there on Saturday." That's exactly how it went down.
Did I say how much I was going to pay you?
Nope.
That was it?
I didn't care either. I was trying to find the exact wording because I used AI in an interesting way this weekend. My son's mom sent me a picture. He had scraped and cut his face on a cinder block wall playing with his friends in the backyard. Yeah, it looked pretty gruesome. And she sent me a picture of his cheek, and she's like, do we need to take him to the hospital to get stitches? And so I uploaded the picture to ChatGPT, and I said, look at these cuts on this face. Do they need stitches? And it's not just a simple yes or no. I get back like a 500-word wrap-up on why he didn't need stitches.
And that's amazing. I got bit by a tick on Saturday.
Where were you that you were getting bitten by a tick? You don't camp.
I do camp.
Oh, you glamp.
I have never camped. Oh, no, I think I camped once. And I'm like, you have to go to the bathroom in the woods? Is that what happens? Well, and then I started camping at a Hilton, but instead of a Four Seasons.
Sure.
So, no, I was in Santa Barbara, and with 2 dogs running around and stuff like that. But I felt something in the back of my neck. Matter of fact, I still can feel the little bump. And I took my fingernail and I dug it, and then it was like, ew.
You pulled out the tick?
Yes.
Was it alive when you pulled it out?
Yes.
Isn't that weird?
It's so weird. And so I did. I took a picture of it and I put it into ChatGPT.
And what did it say?
It said I was going to die.
You have 72 hours to live.
Exactly. No, it said that this is not the type that would cause Lyme disease or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
See? But then I didn't believe it. So I texted the picture on a Saturday night to my doctor. I said, am I going to die?
And he then put it into ChatGPT. It told me you were fine. And he regurgitated that back to you and sent you a bill.
And you need to, that, and you need to take 2 tetracycline. And I was like, okay, I'm good with that. Steph in Houston, Texas. Hi there, Steph.
Hey, how are you?
Fabulous. Thank you for asking. What's going on?
I love your show. I love your newsletter. And I have to give a shout out to Raycons. Oh my gosh. But I got your newsletter. I followed the missing money link, and I am getting $1,200 back.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Well, missing money is just that, unclaimed property. And so it could be utility deposits, 401ks, loan reimbursements, savings, whatever it may be, pensions, life insurance that maybe didn't get scooped up. And so you just by reading my free newsletter, let me get this right, just by reading my 100% free newsletter stuff, that you made $1,200.
Just about, yeah. Yes.
Get ready for her to ask for her cut.
How did you know?
Just prepare yourself, Steph.
I mean, I'm 10%.
Be strong.
10%.
Oh, okay, good. I was thinking 20, but hey, you 10, we're good.
All right, so where was the money?
Actually, one of them was indeed an old insurance premium that I had no clue. It was for 2016. No clue. And the other 2 were bank accounts.
Oh, nice.
That I thought had been closed, and they were not.
Nice. It's one time I had a guy call the show, and because I remind people to do this once a year, and he got like $24,000. He didn't even give me a cut.
Oh.
I know. I was
well, that's rude. How rude.
That's so rude. I'm not saying people from Boston are rude, but he was from Boston. Now, Andrew, you got some money, right?
Yeah, I did the same thing. I got 4 checks. I think it was a total of like almost $4,000 from 4 different places that the money was at.
Yeah, and I have my aunt's name is on there, and so I tried to get. I mean, she passed away many years ago, and I'm the closest relative to her.
Okay,
and I'm in charge of all finances for the entire family. It seems like, and so, but I need to find her social security number.
That's the only thing you need to be able to get it? Okay.
Yes.
Even though she's passed away.
Right.
Okay.
And so I went to the Social Security Death Index, and I'm trying to find her Social Security number. I can't imagine it's very much because she didn't have a lot, but
it's missing money.
It's missing money.
It's yours.
Yes. So missingmoney.com. Now there is a scam running around out there. Is that there are people, I know, believe it or not, who are going on these websites and entering people's names and seeing if they have money. And then they track them down in real life and say, do you know you have money that we can claim? And we will do all the paperwork for you for about 20%, sometimes 40%, sometimes 50%. But you don't need to pay them.
No, the paperwork is very easy. You fill out, you click a bunch of boxes. They email you the form. You print it out. You sign it and you send it in.
And so in case you're wondering where you get these links, head over to Komando.com, the official homepage, of course, with a K, and just type in missing money. But this is just a reminder right? You need to get the free newsletter.
Absolutely. You could make money.
You could make money in your sleep. Well,
okay.
Something like that.
Sure.
Sounds good, right? Maybe.
Why not?
All right. I bet your insurance company sent you this lovely little note that said, drive safely and you get rewarded. Just sign up for our smart driving program. And you're like, yes, this has my name written all over it. They use apps and gadgets in your car. They're going to be tracking everything, your speed, your braking, how hard you accelerate, what time that you're driving. All that data gets combined with your age, your zip code, driving history, calculates a score. If it's high enough, you could save anywhere between 10 and 30%. But before you sign up, ask your insurance company exactly what they're tracking and how it's used. I mean, late night driving penalties, if you use your phone when you're driving, speed, braking, acceleration, all that other good stuff. All right, still to come, there's been a big major breach with AT&T customers I need to warn you about here on the Kim Komando Show. Let's see, Joe in Atlanta, Georgia. Hello there, Joe.
Hello, Kim. I am a big fan. I have gotten your newsletter for years, as well as listened to your show.
I love you for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just as a quick aside, I want you to know that I began my computer career through the U.S. Army when we had computer punch cards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
I'm happy to report that I've never used computer punch cards.
No. Yeah. My grandpa's grandpa told me about them.
Yeah. So that was a good time. What I'd like some help from you is that it has been quite a while since I have gone overseas, and in August I will be going back to Europe. And I know that there's these things called RFID scanners, and I'm looking for some good advice on just how to protect my identity, protect my cards, my passport, any cash that I might have with me.
And so where are you going?
I'm going to Poland.
And why Poland?
I lived there for a number of years, and I haven't been there in a while, and I just want to go back and hopefully hook up with some folks I haven't seen.
Is there a girl?
No, I am happily married.
Okay, all right.
Wow, Kim.
I just had to ask.
Trying to break up a happy household.
No,
here.
I just thought, I thought maybe there was this story like he was in Poland and he saw this beautiful Polish girl and then he went off on his life and he had a wife and all these kids and now life has changed and then he could never get this woman out of his...
No, he's just going on vacation.
Okay.
I'm just going on vacation.
All right. Well, first of all, you want to make sure that you have a couple of copies of your passport. Okay. And when you check in the hotel, they're gonna take a copy of your passport anyway. But I like to have a couple of copies different places. Like I put one in my notes app on my phone. I also, because I'm that person, will put a printout of my passport hidden inside my suitcase. Because I just figured out, I just learned this myself. Like when you have that big suitcase and there's a zipper, you're supposed to put your shoes behind that. I just learned that. Did you know that?
No.
Yes.
No, yes. That's where I put the dirty clothes after I've worn the clean clothes.
Yeah, you're supposed to be putting, well, you could do that too, but that's where your shoes go. And you also want copies of the front and back of your credit cards, any type of your itinerary, airline, hotel, good stuff like that. You can also get an RFID wallet. I wouldn't worry about that too much. I would be more concerned with, as you're walking around, that you have maybe an anti-theft bag or a belt so that this way you keep all your cash and everything in there. You want to use a credit card with no transaction fees. So if you don't already have that, make sure you do. No foreign transaction fees. And when it comes time to get cash in Poland, you want to use ATMs. Don't get the Polish currency in the airport because then you're always going to pay big fees with that. And then also download Google Translate and have it work offline so that this way you could be speaking English and Polish and understanding and be like having your own translator right there.
Oh, that's great.
Everything is going to come electronic and you can put it right inside your Google Wallet or Apple Wallet. If you haven't already, what I want you to do is go get your global travel ID because let me tell you, that thing's amazing. Okay, because your global entry will just let you go right to the Fast Pass line, or at least TSA PreCheck. The global entry program, you have to go down and you have to have an interview. which I did, and I passed.
Okay. So you're not an international criminal.
No.
That's a big gloat right there.
I know. They're actually very nice. The guy in Phoenix Sky Harbor where I went, he's like, "Oh, Kim, I love your show." I'm like, "Great.
Stamp me through."
I know. And he's like, "I just have a few questions." I'm like, "It's okay."
Did he have questions about getting your ID, or did he want you to fix his printer?
He wanted me to fix his phone. He actually took his phone out.
That always happens.
I know. And I'm like, and you can't say no.
No, of course
you
not.
Gotta
not
do
to
it.
that guy.
Mm-mm. Oh, no, not at all. Hey, coming up, news of a major breach I need to warn you about here on the Kim Komando Show. As I mentioned, 86 million customer records. If you're an AT&T customer at any point since 2019, out there on the internet. So freeze your credit, monitor your accounts, and change your AT&T login if you have one. And be sure that you enter to win in our Pay It Forward challenge. Do it right now. Winfromkim.com. Hey, appreciate you being here. That's the end of hour one of the show. And be sure to tell your family members and friends how great it was.